Okay, second grade, are you ready to finish the tales of Melinda the Terrible? She is on a quest to find the treasure because her brother stole the map. So let's finish this chapter book and figure out what Melinda is able to do. So let's start chapter 4, The Chest at Serpent's Rock. Gingerbeard's daughter was not ready to give up. She jumped skillfully from one crocodile to the next and dodged every snapping jaw. At last, she set foot on the other side of the marsh. As she began walking into the jungle, she heard a cry in the distance. "Help! Help!" It was Ricky's voice. Melinda ran to the rescue. She found him at the bottom of a pit that someone had hidden under using twigs. "You would have avoided this trap if you had figured out what the skull on the map meant," she told him. "Just help me," Ricky begged. "I'll give you the map back, I promise." Melinda paused. "Do you still feel the same way about girl pirates?" she asked. Ricky thought for a while before replying. "I have to say that you are as brave and clever as a pirate." "I totally agree with you," Melinda responded proudly. With Blackbeard's sword, Melinda cut off a vine, grabbed one end, and threw the other end down to Ricky. Once freed, Ricky reluctantly handed Melinda her map. "Now I won't have a present for Dad," he groaned. Melinda looked at her brother and saw how disappointed he was. "Why don't we give Dad the treasure together?" she suggested. "Are you sure?" said Ricky. "Well, if we want to find it, 2 pirates are better than 1, she said. They studied the map. A chest was drawn underneath Serpent's Rock. "Let's go," Melinda cried. She cut through the jungle with her sword. Before long, they reached a clearing where a rock, shaped like a snake, stood. Ricky and Melinda shuddered. Melinda quickly discovered that the rock had a huge gap underneath it. She could see the chest. "This is too easy. It must be a trap," she said. Thinking about their dad's birthday present made her feel braver. But as she approached the chest, she suddenly heard a hissing sound. Melinda froze with fear. Coming out of the rock were snakes, a lot of snakes. Soon, the 2 children were completely surrounded. Chapter 5, Sprogobbler's Secret. "What do we do now?" Ricky whispered. "Any idea how to get out of this?" Melinda felt bad admitting that for the first time, she didn't know what to do. Suddenly, springing out of the jungle, Gingerbeard appeared. "Death to the snakes," he howled. With his sword, he defeated each and every one of them. "Dad!" Ricky and Melinda cried together. "How did you find us?" "The old pirate walking his dog that you passed told me which way you went. He's an old friend." Taking turns, Melinda and Ricky told him about their trouble with the skeletons, the crocodiles, the trap in the jungle, and the snakes. "I am so proud of you both," he said. "You will become the greatest pirates of all the seas. As for you," he added, squeezing Melinda in his arms, "you showed that you are worthy of Blackbeard's sword. It should belong to you." "Open the chest, Dad," Melinda cried, full of pride. "It's your birthday present." Gingerbeard pulled the chest toward him. With a swish of his sword, he broke open the lock. Ricky and Melinda held their breath. "Oh," Melinda cried in surprise. "Huh?" said Ricky. They couldn't believe their eyes. Inside the chest lay an old teddy bear with an eye patch. Not a single gold bar or silver coin, not even the tiniest jewel. "What is this?" Ricky complained. "Where's the treasure?" Melinda said, disappointed. "Kids, this is Sprogobbler's treasure," Gingerbeard said. "For him, The bear was the most precious thing of all because it reminded him of his childhood. But now we don't have a present to give you, Melinda said sadly. Gingerbeard roared with laughter. Sprogobbler's bear is the best present I have ever been given. But the most wonderful of all is you two, he said, squeezing them both in his arms. Tomorrow I will take you both on my ship, and this time Melinda can be the captain. I am Melinda the Terrible, daughter of Gingerbeard, granddaughter of Blackbeard, and great-granddaughter of Redbeard, Melinda chanted, following her dad. I am Ricky the Terror, brother of Melinda the Terrible and son of Gingerbeard, Ricky shouted after her. Adventures ahoy, Flatbeak added as he flew after them. The end. I thought there was another chapter, second grade, but that is the end of our book. I hope you enjoyed the adventure of the pirate's daughter. If you want to read this book, it is on Epic. It had so many great vocabulary words. But thank you so much for joining me today on Thursday for Read Aloud. I hope you can now stretch your body, move it out, so we can finish our awesome Thursday work.